shooting 4 for 30 against the zone. Was the Heat doing anything specifically well that made their zone be so impactful today?
I mean, you know, they pick up full court and they fall back into it a few times. You know, normally after timeouts and dead balls, if they're able to set it up, and they communicated well. You know, their activity, their shifts, and all of that. Their defense, they do a great job of supporting one another. You know, that's their MO. They're going to come in and play hard and force you to meet that physicality, meet that force that they play with. And I thought, you know, at times, you know, we turnovers, we stalled out. It's something we touched on in shoot around this morning, but it kind of stalled us out. And what it does is, what a zone does, you know, it forces you to focus on the details in terms of holding your screens, penetrating the gaps, guys having to move and adjust to different openings where they can, you know, the zone is vulnerable. You know, try to get the ball to the middle of the floor. And just too many times I thought we're standing straight up with the ball over our heads instead of being in the three-point stands, you know, forcing them to get down in the stands so we can open up some passing lanes, or even quickly making a quick decision to penetrate the gaps once the basketball was swung. But, you know, we'll look at the film, definitely try to get better from it. And kudos to them. They played a hell of a game. They shot the ball well late. Put a lot of pressure on us, and, you know, we had some moments, but couldn't quite overcome the situation.
Darvin, just after the New Orleans loss, you know, some of the guys were talking about the importance of the homestand and, you know, trying to get right. What's the level of disappointment after, you know, this kind of a game, and what's the message in the locker room after a game like this?
I just think coming out being ready to play, man, not coming out flat. You know, we had, like I said, we had a good team session. Watched some film on ourselves yesterday. You know, we had accumulated over the last couple of games. Had some good dialogue. Had a good shoot around this morning. I just think, you know, not being able to, not getting discouraged. You know, that's the biggest thing. You know, we have this thing, you know, where it's a new stat out called a limbo rate, and, you know, you have to understand where, you know, you have to have a next play mentality, regardless of what happens on the floor. You turn the ball over, you trying to make a competitive play, great. The unforced turnovers are the ones that really hurt you. We had 10. I have to go back and look at the film and see. I know quite a bit of them were unforced. And it's human nature for you to get down and disappointed when those unfortunate things happen. But, you know, at the end of the day, man, you know, it's NBA basketball. It's extremely hard to win in this league. You have to really pour all of yourself into each and every possession, or as many as possible, and we'll figure it out. You know, it's a lot of time left, but the time is precious. But we have to get to it, figure it out. We will. We'll look at it on film once again and see where we can get better, how we can get better. And versus any defense, man-to-man, three-quarter court press, zone, touch all of it. But it starts with us just being aggressive and assertive and making quick decisions.
With the qualifier that you've had, you know, a key guy out seemingly most games, what do you think, just with the different lineups and the switching of that, how has that impacted things, and how are you going to try to get to a point where you can find the consistency there and you know, put guys in?
We can't find any consistency until we get healthy. It's as simple as that. I mean, we got to get healthy. We got to get healthy. Guys got to, and once you get healthy, you guys got to get back in rhythm, and we got to find a cohesive unit, a total cohesive rotation that we can go with. When, you know, you're dealing with different guys being in and out of the lineup that frequently, it's damn near impossible to find a rhythm. That's just being real. There's no slight on anybody. You know, we pride ourselves on making sure we don't send our guys out there to expose themselves to any, you know, major type of injury. That's what we stand on. But having said that, we got to get guys healthy. Guys, you know, there's those little nagging tweaks and whatever you have going on that we got to make sure that guys can not just be available, but available at a high level. And so we'll get healthy. We'll get better from it. Doesn't feel so great, but it's not supposed to. You know, and no one, I know me for damn sure, I'll speak for myself. Like, you know, I hate losing. I hate not being assertive, aggressive in terms of attacking each game. whether I'm coaching, playing, whatever the case may be. And so that definitely flows throughout my coaching staff and the organization and, these players. We're going to see how we can best help them and come up with a solution. We always strive to be solution